Hey Aquarius, what's up? We are starting off with an energy where you are finishing up with something. This looks like something that you're like completely closing out. You're not going to be going back to it anymore. And there can be lots of reasons for why this is happening. It looks like as this cycle is closing out that there is a huge moving forward. It's kind of like as long as this cycle stays open, it feels like it's kind of holding you back, like a rubber band or something. And then I'm seeing that as soon as this cycle closes out and you're breaking out of it, as you're coming out of it, I'm seeing you kind of be released, and all of that momentum that seems like it was stalled by things not moving forward, it just gets released. And I'm seeing you move forward really quickly. So maybe this was a cycle where the ending of this was kind of dragged on for a while, but now that it's closing out, like all of that movement that would have happened if you had closed this out earlier, it feels like that energy kind of got backed up, and then I'm seeing like a slingshot forward. So I'm just seeing you like move forward and progress really quickly at this point. And that can also be even something that you're noticing. Yeah, I'm just seeing you cover a vast distance in a short amount of time. So this can be making a lot of progress in a condensed period of time too. It can be like reaching a goal very quickly as well. It's like all of the potential now has been released from that thing. So it's not like tied up in that anymore. So now just everything moves forward. So maybe it's also a time when you feel like you kind of get your energy back. See life coming back into your soul here, having an Ace of Wands and King of Wands. You can be feeling motivated again. You can be feeling inspired. You can feel like your brain is even working better with that King of Swords and Eight of Wands. It can be easier for you to kind of like imagine where you're going too. There can be a conversation that had to be had about this. Like maybe you had to say, I'm closing this out for real, or I'm not going to come back to this. Even if this was just like you with you needing to say like, I'm actually finished with this. And now I'm seeing you be very focused on the future. This is reminding me of another reading that I did recently where it was about like giving yourself permission. Maybe you needed to give yourself permission to really move forward with all of this. Like it wasn't a matter of whether or not you could close this out, but whether or not you were giving yourself permission to actually do that, to kind of like pull your energy out of this and move forward with things. And you can feel like there's better opportunity outside of this, and so it can be something that you really are like you're finished with, you're ready to walk away from, and that this is going to open doors for you that you can really want to be open. It doesn't mean that it's always the easiest to leave a situation, but what it can mean is that I think you're going to feel more like yourself as you're coming out of this, and it almost feels like it's been a little bit overdue for this to be happening. It's one of those times where like once you make up your mind, that it's like it's like power that maybe you had disconnected from comes back to you, and you can feel a lot more like yourself. And you can even look at this and be like, this was kind of holding me back from other opportunities. So this does feel overall like the right thing to do. And I'm seeing you be clear on that, 100%. Social contracts and emotions can be involved in this. That can be something that you're learning about as you're moving through. I am seeing Libra and Cancer here. I also see a lot of fire, and we have some air too. I'm seeing moon energy. Yeah, this is one of those times where you know within your heart what's right, and what you have to do doesn't always make it the easiest call to make. But what you're going to see is that this is the right move to make. You're closing out this situation. You're going to see that what unfolds really feels like it's aligned, which will just be further confirmation that this was the right move for you to be making. And I'm seeing you feel like very, very clear-headed on this. I'm not seeing there be anything left to debate or to really think about. This is a time when you can be like, I've made up my mind. I'm going to move forward. This is really what I have to do here. And you can also be going into a space where you feel like your intuition is leading you very strongly when it comes to like your sense of direction. And that can also be why things are picking up speed too. So it will feel like when you are keeping this old cycle going on, that things weren't really moving, you're closing this out, and then things really pick up speed. And that's also how you know that you're on track too. Like, you don't feel like you're just like sitting around and nothing's really happening. Okay, we have the moon, we have Leo, Cancer. I'm also hearing Sagittarius, and I'm seeing Libra here. I'm also seeing Mercury on the bottom of the deck. You can be putting your energy into making progress. You can be putting energy into the future that you want for yourself too, which may have been something that wasn't happening when you were in this old cycle, but maybe you needed to run through some things and really figure that out before you could leave. But now that you are leaving, I'm seeing you go towards opportunities that are going to feel better suited for you. Like, they're going to be more balanced for you. They're going to be more harmonious. I think as far as what you're looking for, it's going to feel more resonant. And I see a lot of things that you're going to experience that will be confirmation for you that this really ultimately was the right move for you to be making, even if it felt challenging to do this. I'm seeing that it feels like mentally you're going to be busy, like there's going to be a lot of stuff going on, but in a good way, where you can feel like I'm really progressing, I'm getting somewhere, I'm moving forward, I feel really in touch with myself. I feel like I have like communion with my inner and outer, that they're connected with one another. I'm thinking about my future, and I'm making moves that may be difficult to make, but this is really what I need to do for myself. And yeah, you can, for some of you, if like another person or like entity or something is involved in this situation, you can be having a like final discussion about this. Like, this is definitely what I'm going to be doing. Stuff about contracts, old contracts closing out, new contracts that are opening. And I think just ultimately like getting on board with yourself, being like, I made up my mind, this is what I'm going to be doing. Seeing also that we have strength here. The first card is Eight of Cups. The last card is Strength. It can mean that you separating yourself from this situation, you closing out this old cycle. It may feel like it's really difficult to do, but you can know that this is the best thing for you to do. And seeing Magician on the bottom of the deck, you can know that if you want to manifest certain things, you have to close this out. And that can be a big part. It can be a big reason as to why you know that you need to do it, because you could have been trying to do something, looking at this cycle and being like, I'm not going to be able to do that here, and so I need to shut this down. So that feels like it's also a reason why you're doing that. And I think it's just like working with yourself and understanding that as much as emotionally this can feel difficult to do, when you feel like you're in control of your willpower and what you're doing with it, this is the move for you to be making. You can feel like your heart and your mind are on the same page with this, even if it is difficult to be doing. And that this is really to bring back a sense of balance that was missing before. It can reinstate a sense of harmony. It can give you equilibrium emotionally as well. And I'm seeing sun and moon energy being connected here too. This is a time too where it's important. You can be feeling like, I know what's best for me, I know what's right for me, and you can kind of be coming into that as well. And then having Knight of Wands and having Strength be connected with one another. This is about being courageous, it's about being brave, it's about having fortitude with the choices that you're making, and understanding that sometimes sacrifices need to be made in order for like the higher potential of what it is that you want to be manifesting, and that this is like a casualty of that process, but that otherwise it would just keep holding you back, and it can be something that you don't want to compromise on anymore, so you know that you have to do this. You can feel like you're coming back into your like main character energy as well. And you were maybe not feeling like that in the old cycle. Could have felt like maybe you were kind of like living somebody else's life, or just like living in the shadow of something else, where now it feels like coming back into your own in a way that I think ultimately is going to feel really rewarding. It's like you're becoming the creative director again of your life. And there will be a deep feeling of satisfaction that comes with this, unlike within that cycle that you'd been moving in before. Something that it just felt like my time is up here, and I have that knowing about that. And I kind of had a feeling about this, I think, longer than maybe I was giving myself credit for. But overall, it's just like I know what I need to do now, and I'm prepared to do that, and I'm going to put this to action now. All right, we are going to leave the reading here. I would like to thank everyone for connecting and tuning in. I'm sending everybody love, and I hope to catch you guys next time.